I think when you think about inclusion and diversity, it's really not just about gender. It's about different perspectives, different types of experience. The data shows that diversity and inclusion actually results in better investment decisions and portfolios that perform better, that generate and deliver better returns for investors. It's really about how you create better performing companies, projects that are able to deliver and to create the positive externalities for, I think, the broader economy and communities. So what you'll find in the African context is there's a series of layers of barriers to women's full participation in the economy, from land rights, from rights related to their ability to participate in the electoral process. Women's voices have been excluded for generations. We do need to have the right regulatory frameworks. We need practical things in place. For instance, just the ability of women to be able to register assets in their own names and not require a husband or a male relative. Women being able to ascend into the C-suite, not because they're women, but because they're equally qualified. And I think this also starts, in the early ages when they're not deprived from education. It starts with having things like negative screens. We know some fund managers have a negative screen, meaning that they're not going to invest in a company or a project if there isn't equal gender representation or diversity and inclusion. So they've set certain targets. It might be 30, 40, 50%. But effectively what they're saying is we're not even going to assess a potential investment opportunity unless we see that there is representation. And that representation could be in senior management, the executive team. It could be in the board. It could also be in how the company operates and the impact that it has. Certainly the DFIs, the development finance institutions, have a very important role to play in this. They can really help to catalyze this type of systemic change, but also provide, comfort to investors who maybe are not familiar with these markets, who have not really had direct exposure to female founders, who really have not seen for themselves, the benefits of having this type of diversity and inclusion in their own portfolios. So having the presence of DFIs can also provide that level of comfort so that more investors are doing this.